For my ego. So I'm very sorry that I sound like a 90-year-old man who smoked 25 packs of cigarettes a day for 20 years. But I got this way from talking and yelling with you guys, so it's worth it. So excuse my voice. So you guys now, thank you for lighting the room, so now I can see all these women. Dígame.
Hola, guapo.
Well, we'll start here. It's fair. Hi. Hi. I'm Ian from New Orleans.
I know it's a little stupid, but I promised my boyfriend to ask you that. He wants you to say German words because it sounds funny.
Did you fly all the way here just to do that? That is genius. That's awesome.
He wants you to say Jagdwurstbrötchen.
What?
First and foremost, what does it mean? Huh?
A wrong.
How does it go?
A bun?
Right. How does it say?
Jagdwurstbrötchen.
Jagdwurstbrötchen.
Brötchen.
That worked well. One more time.
Jagdwurstbrötchen.
Brötchen. I feel better already.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I learned a new word. Sounds like Glockenspiel, but in German. Huh? You're awesome.
Hola, hola, guapo.
Hola, bonita.
Thank you. I'm Erika from Barcelona. My question is, how is your perfect finally for the season?
How is it?
Sí.
Well, unfortunately for me, I haven't seen it yet. I literally have not stopped working since I left set. And I haven't been able to see the finale. I know what happened. I lived it. It was terrible. Sweating and dying and coughing.
Your perfect finally.
My house. Damon.
Possible or impossible?
Damon? It is definitely possible that he. I'm not sure what the question is.
She wants to know what being your perfect finale for this season for Damon.
Oh, very, very, very different than what happened. I mean, I was thinking steal Elena to the Caribbean. That didn't happen. It was interesting. It was interesting for me. It's an interesting thought because I was kind of thrown by the whole journey that Damon went on, and I'm not sure where it's going to take him. But the good news is I don't have a choice. So I'm just going to take it wherever it leads.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Miriam from Paris.
Well, hello, Miriam. Hi.
Do you have a stunt double in the show?
A stunt double? His name is Paul Wesley. Yeah, I have several stunt doubles. We would like to do our stunts. It doesn't always work out really well. Because if I get hurt, now I'm going to sound like such a baby. You set me up for this. No, if I get hurt, then it's very difficult to shoot the show, and so they don't typically let us do mini stunts. But I love my stunts, guys, and it's just so funny that, you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, everyone's covered in mud, and you're sitting there talking to a guy that's dressed in the exact same clothes, going through the same motion as you are, and it's just always funny when you sit and you're eating lunch with these guys or something, and they're in your wardrobe, they're being you, they have a wig on, and, you know, it's pretty awesome. They're great, and those guys work their asses off, and they're just a hoot.
Okay, thank you very much.
Is that not a good answer? Thank you.
Do any of them look like you?
Do what?
Do any of them look like you?
But he doesn't look like me?
Do they?
Well, I mean, enough.
What are their numbers, please?
You know, I'll give you some phone numbers.
Thank you very much.
They're macho too. They jump off of shit, you know, like trees and buildings, and they're pretty awesome.
Hello, I'm Cristina from Madrid, and maybe it's too early for this question, but what's the first thing you notice about a woman that you like?
It's never early or late enough for that question. You know, but I will answer because I am the most fortunate human being I've ever known, and I get to hang out with and talk to and hug and kiss so many amazing ladies, and if you can see this in anyone around you, because we're all here to be happy. And the first thing you notice about someone really is their eyes. Because they're lit up and they're like a window into us. And but I look around here and I'm hanging out with all of you guys. Well, a few of you guys and all of you girls. And your eyes, my eye, everyone's eyes just lit up like a Christmas tree. It's awesome. And that's what, I've just been noticing that myself in the last 2 days. And that is something that is incredible to see. All of that.
One more thing, please.
Yes.
I don't know if it's true or not, but somebody tells me you're a little bit down today, so I bought you an energy drink. I don't know if you want it.
You are so sweet. No, I'm not down. I just from yelling and screaming yesterday at the dinner, at the event, at the cocktail party. I was like a rat. Thank you, though. I had a bit of an energy drink, and I probably will be shaking.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi, sweetie.
I'm Gabriela. My question is, could you talk about your foundation?
Yeah. What foundation? By the way, the Somerhalder Foundation is in full swing. It would not be just like this television show. And I've said this a million times. I know I sound like a broken record, but we would not have this television show without you guys. Your support and like or dislike of the show is so paramount to its success, and so I thank you guys. I speak on behalf of all the actors and the producers and the studio. When I say thank you so much, I mean it, because without the success of this show, and without your support of the Somerhalder Foundation, none of this would happen. So the foundation is literally engaging you guys and me and the rest of the world, governmental bodies, corporate bodies, individuals, children, kids, elderly people, all coming together to take these initiatives and change our planet for us and make our lives better, our planet's lives, the life of our planet better, and the lives of our animals that we mistreat on a daily basis. So it is so powerful to sit in this room and know that I'm working with all of you guys on this, because you donate, you volunteer. I mean, you guys do so much. So I cannot thank you enough. And I implore you to go on the website, isfoundation.org, and check it out, because there's so much information in there, stuff that applies to you. And you can send us stuff, and I promise you I will get the site up and running where when people start sending things, it gets viewed. I mean, it's just when you say, oh, I sent an email and no one responded, it's because we get, sometimes 500,000 of them in 1 week. Can you imagine? 500,000 emails in a week. So we're trying to go through and find a way to take this information and respond to it and use it. So I cannot thank you guys enough for helping this foundation. And I'm telling you, it's going to be fun for all of us because it's interactive. There are places that the come back. will be a part of all over the world, to be able to go to whatever. I'm buying a farm in Louisiana to do sustainable agriculture, and we'll be having contests all over the world of people winning, whether it's an essay contest or a short movie or something, and you'll be able to come down to this farm and work with me, not work hard, but really work and do really cool things, and I'll be there with you. I mean, it's things like that make it really, really unique. And so I'm looking forward very much to it. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Somerhalder. First of all, I wanted to say thank you because you are being so nice with us. I know you might be tired, but you're still there smiling and you're the best.
I feel wonderful.
Yesterday I asked you about this project you have with Alan Savory, and you talked to us about this world crisis we are in. Which do you think is the major step we have to take to set things in motion to change the world?
Well, we need to get carbon out of the air. That's the biggest thing. And to do that, we have to cut our emissions. We have to drive better cars. We have to get all of these gas-guzzling monsters off the road. And we have to start replanting the forests of the world. We have to start reforesting what has been deforested. And we need to make the grasslands and the rangelands of the world healthy again. The grasslands of the world are turning into desert. That's going to kill us. I hate to say that, but it will. So what we need to do is encourage our farmers and university heads and agriculture people that if they just use cattle or herbivores of any sort to till the soil and let the water, absorb, let the grass grow all over the world, it'll sequester the carbon. So any of you guys, especially if you're very young, you're going to be the one that pays for it. So we can stop it. That's what I'm saying. And it literally makes me want to run out the door and just run through the streets of Barcelona screaming, help! So that's how we can do it. And we'll be able to follow all this. And I'll make it interesting for you, because I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of scientific. But on the website soon, I'm going to get pieces of all this stuff up, and you'll be able to see it so clearly, and it's going to blow your mind, and you're going to be really stoked on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I love you guys. You know that? You guys rock. Hello. sorry. Imagine me talking to you in Spanish.
Right. I'm Aina from Barcelona. Welcome to
Thank you.
and thank you for being here and thank your parents for making you.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. That last bottle of wine that they had that night really screwed them.
I'm a blood donor to compensate the blood that I was feeling on the show. So I'm a blood donor.
I am a blood donor. I am a blood donor. And I don't steal. Damon steals blood.
I don't think
And I have that conversation with him all the time. Dude, you gotta stop stealing all the time. But it's better than ripping the head off of a college student. Or not. Are you asking me if I'm a blood donor? Or if Dana's going to start replenishing? Yes, I am. I actually, giving blood, by the way, is a huge thing. There's a giant shortage of it. You know, there's not enough of blood. People, it's a problem in the United States, big time. Lots of blood shortages. So if you can, give blood. It's a great thing. It's a gift to people. I have to wait for a year because I got a tattoo. And in the United States, you have to wait 12 months. 1 year after you have a tattoo to make sure that you're healthy and stuff. So, give blood, please. It's an amazing, it's a gift. You know why? Because, not that it's going to happen to anyone, but if, for some reason, you got hurt and ended up in the hospital and they said, well, damn, it's a shame you're bleeding like that because we don't have any blood left. That would suck.
You have any pets?
I have a lot of pets.
A cat?
I have 3 of them.
And dog?
Well, I don't have a dog now because I work too much. But you have animals in your family. So I think total we have, wow, I don't even know, 4 dogs and 6 or 7 cats. And when I grew up, we had that many animals plus horses. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of animals. I lived in hair. Ciao.
I'm Monica from Rome, Italy, and a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Which is an international actress? Do you train to acting yet?
International actress?
Yeah.
Well, Nina Dobra is international. But we're around her every day, so she's about as international as you get. Bulgarian, Canadian, and soon to be American, probably. There are so many phenomenal actresses, that I adore. I was just in Paris and I was seeing all these billboards. Juliette Binoche is amazing. Kate Blanchett is amazing. I mean, these women are like, they're on another level. I also love Penelope Cruz. Come on. Yeah, those women come to mind like that. Uma Thurman.
Do you like Blondie?
Blondie.
No.
Like Debbie Harry?
No, blonde girl. You say you want to know.
Who doesn't?
No?
Who doesn't like blonde girls? Thank you. That could have gone bad had I answered that incorrectly.
Hi,
Hello, Bonita.
I'm Silvia from Italy, and I've got a difficult question for you.
it is kind of in the middle of the journey that ends up becoming a destiny. People use, it's actually a really cool question, not actually, it is a cool question, but people confuse these things, destiny and fate. Fate is kind of a scary word, actually. So I'm glad you used destiny. What is our destiny? Our destiny is what we make. I mean, yes, we are maybe predisposed to live a life in one country or another, or eventually some planet. But I have a tough time thinking that there's just one plan for every person. I mean, it seems like my destiny has changed 15 times. But I do believe, and I love this quote for this reason, is that, wow, man, it's like, it's a battle to sort of being human and understanding sort of what your place is, where you're going. It's like, I mean, I remember in my 20s, when I was in my 20s, there were times where, you know, like brushing my teeth in my bathroom, and I look up in my mirror and I go, whoa, who are you? Why are you in my bathroom? Because we just change so much. You know, we rapidly morph. So I like that quote, and I think it is it's like a struggle between those two things. But we, for some reason, because we're humans, feel the need to make everything so difficult. Our relationships, our lives, our jobs. What am I going to wear today? Oh, should I eat that one last brownie? You know, it's not that complicated. We just make it that way. And one of the coolest things that I've found, and I've said this to a lot of young people that come to me and they say, I have, you know, a lot of anxiety about my life and where I'm going. You know, one really killer way to start to level that, bring that down, is meditation. When you start meditating, you really start to allow your body and your mind to start figuring out all of these things. We don't do that. You know, in the modern world, texting. I left my cell phone in the hotel last night. What am I going to do? And I realized I'm just not going to have a phone. But, you know, 5 years ago, or if I had a lot of stuff to do today, I'd be freaking out. We don't live in that world anymore, where everything, that's why I love being in Europe. You people know how to live. You relax, take vacations. You know, you just close your store when it's time to shut down. You don't have to open it until, you know, 10 o'clock at night. Because it doesn't help life. It might make you a little more money. What the hell is money if you can't enjoy your life? Right?
Hi, I'm Julia from Hungary.
Hi, Julia.
First, I would like to thank you because you are my idol.
Oh, thank you.
Not only as my favorite actor, but also as a person. And my question is...
Sweet.
My question is about the series, and I would like to know what scene would you like to do for the next season?
I really, because, and I've tried to talk to Kevin Williamson and Julie Plett about this, and I'm not kidding at some point. I said to them, that Damon should kidnap Elena and disappear and go to Paris. Stefan will come and follow them. Maybe they end up like in the Gothic district here for a little while. And Stefan and everybody, you know, they try and find them there. And then they get on a plane and they fly to a remote island in the Caribbean where they spend most of season 3 doing whatever. Because after 2 winters back to back in Atlanta, Georgia, when it's like 90 degrees Fahrenheit, freezing your ass off, shooting these Vampire Diaries scenes outside because it looks cool.
Take them to the Lost Island.
Yeah, right? No, that one got me killed. I would love to see Damon maybe leave Disney Falls for a little while and go somewhere more. That's the scene I want to shoot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
My name is Cristina. Sorry for my English.
Don't apologize.
Bueno, my question is, should we try in real life and live forever?
Hell no.
No?
No
Why?
way. Because there's something really beautiful about having, no one ever said it's just this one life, but having maybe 75, 90 years to live on this earth, know that you need to, imagine this, how old are you?
Yes. Sorry. 21.
21.
Yes.
Well, by the time you're 41, you're going to be, I'm not saying this in a negative way, you're going to be kind of cynical about certain things. Maybe a little jaded about certain things. Imagine being 500 years old, watching technology, humanity, for that many years, seeing everyone you know live and then die, having that much cynicism toward the world. I would never want that. That would, to me, would be the most lonely existence ever. It might be fun for a little while, but we forget that only having a short span of time on this life, we have to enjoy it and give back to it. And I've literally thought about it many times. Would I want to be Damon? No way. It's fun playing on TV, making out with girls and drinking whiskey all day.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Gracias. Oh, thank you. Ciao, Bella.
I'm Sarah from Italy, and my question is, what would you change in Demon's personality?
Personality?
Yes.
What would I change?
Yes.
There's a list that's about this long. Now I know your secret. You know what I would change about Damon? It probably makes sense, good sense. Especially, I'm 32. I've learned to stop and think about things before I make a decision. Damon, at 175 years old, has still not realized that that's a good idea. And he acts on his impulses like that, and it causes all sorts of trouble for everybody around. If he would just shut up for a second and think about what he's going to do, the world might be a little bit of a better place for Damon and all those around him. Sometimes it's fun to play, but then sometimes I just say to him, when I'm doing the scene, and I cannot judge Damon, because I love him, and you can't judge a character with like, it'll just screw you up. But he says stuff, and I just think to myself, yeah man, you're such an idiot sometimes. So that's what I would change.
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille.
know you've been to Trinidad now recently.
Yeah, last week.
And could you tell us a bit about your expedition?
You know what? This is probably going to bore half of you. I literally went to Trinidad in the Caribbean to watch leatherback sea turtles, 900-pound turtles, beautiful, come up on the beach and dig this beautiful nest in the sand and lay their eggs. And this happens at night, and the turtles go into this trance where they just breathe. And I could sit there, and I had her, this female turtle. I'm laying in the sand with her, and I had her head in my hand, and I kissed her forehead. And she was laying these eggs. These animals have been doing this for 100+ million years. And I implore you, I beg you actually, if you get a chance, go down to Trinidad, or go down to a place where the leatherback turtles, by the way, be careful in Trinidad because it gets kind of dangerous, but you want to go, there's turtle sanctuary there that you can go, this woman has created, and it will blow your mind. It will change the way you think about the world, because you're looking at an animal that is 200 million years old. They survived the extinction of the dinosaurs. In 200 million years, they've been fine. And in the last 20 years, they're almost become extinct because of us. How screwed up is that, man? You live for, just think about that for a second. Wow, I've lived for 200 million years. My species is doing all right. And in the last 20 years, you dumbasses have pretty much made us extinct. It's phenomenal. Go and see them and enjoy them. And just remember this that I learned. When you start talking about like species extinction, you know, some guy might say, whatever, 2 turtles. Who gives a shit about turtles? Well, those turtles, like I said yesterday, they eat one thing, and one thing only. Jellyfish. If these animals become extinct, guess what? No jellyfish, no beaches. You know why? They're going to be populations of jellyfish that will be staggering, catastrophic, biblical catastrophic numbers. You won't be able to swim anymore in the beaches that you love. You won't have any fish because the overpopulation of jellyfish are going to eat all the small fish, which is going to eventually kill all the big fish. You see what I mean? That the building blocks of the world start with our species. It all works together as it's been doing for hundreds of millions of years, and we step in the last billion years, and we root the entire thing. How crazy is that? That, to me, doesn't make sense. So, before these beautiful minds of our time, I beg you, check this out. Do the research. Become involved. It will make you feel so much more connected to the planet than you can ever imagine. What I've experienced this summer, seeing these turtles, or going to Africa and looking at all these amazing animals that are basically becoming extinct, lions and elephants and all this stuff, because the African savanna is turning into a desert. But when you see that and you walk around that Kalahari sand, barefoot, you got to be careful, those little critters will get you, but you and sleep under the stars, and you become so connected, your feet are so planted on the earth, that you want to protect it. And you realize that we don't protect our species now. Especially you young kids in here, just remember this, and this is a fun fact, that in 50 years, half of the species on Earth will be extinct. 50 years. That's in my lifetime. But it doesn't have to happen. We can totally change that. So it's up to us, literally, in this room. How cool is that? I mean, you can literally change this shit. And I beg you to do it. And I'll doing it with you. So thank you for asking that question, because I'm telling you, when you like Google leatherback sea turtle and start looking at them, and I'm going to YouTube this video. I took this video of this nest, because they built these nests 3 feet in the sand, and you know when the little turtles come out and they all run, you know, they go to the shore, to the ocean. I was there for that. I watched it happen. They're just coming up out of the sand, and I'm shooting all this with my iPhone, and I follow this one little guy, you know, 50 feet to the beach. He's just trying so hard, and it was truly the most magical thing I've ever seen, ever in my life. Watching this little guy go out to the ocean and start his life. That is worth protecting, and that is worth researching. That is worth teaching your kids. It's pretty amazing. It is incredible. So, thank you so much. That's a great shirt, man. Great shirt. You can walk around in a Durex shirt and pull that off. You're awesome, dude.
Hi, Ian. Over here.
Hi.
First of all, you're gorgeous.
You must be drinking again.
No, not at all. Well, Steffi and Erica first. And there, over there, we are, well, as you know, that this is quite a phenomenon in the internet. And well, there I have Ian Somerhalder.es. We have EMS Revolution's Twitter, and it's open for you to follow. And we have the website vampirediaries.es.
Oh, wow, thank you. I will follow it on Twitter. Thank you, guys. Yes, please, thank you, guys.
If you want me to say hi to our website, make maybe a little thing or something.
I would love to. I would love to. I'll get the name of it.
EMS Revolution or the EMS Revolution?
Well, I'll have you write it down, and I'll get it, and I will
Follow us.
pimp you out.
Thank you.
Thank you for your help. Seriously.
Thank you for the series and for yourself, and you guys make a wonderful team. We're all excited over here. And I just want to ask, do you have any, of all the girls that we speak of, if you can choose, which one is the most interesting romance that you've ever seen, Damon with, who was it? Apart from Elena or Catherine.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be Catherine.
Oh, come on, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's such a good You know who it could be? Wow. I know there's a black Labrador that lives down the street from Somerhalder. That's a good question. I honestly don't know. Who would it be? You know, I always joke that it was actually a very inappropriate joke one time, because we had these young kids visiting us on set. And Marguerite, who plays Sheriff Fort, was on set, and she had a police uniform, and she had those handcuffs, and I made a very, very inappropriate comment about the handcuffs, and she laughed. And then I realized, as I looked down, there's this, like, 4-year-old girl. You know, I didn't even know she was there. I felt so bad. And her mom goes, "That would be interesting." And I thought, she would be. Can you imagine Stephen coming home? David's like handcuffed in the living room with the sheriff. What are you doing, David? That would be pretty funny.
Just one more thing. Congrats on the heart-rating Big Rush.
On the what?
Heart-rating.
Oh, yeah, that's always fun. I love breaking people's hearts out. Thank you. You guys are so cool. Hello, darling.
Sarah
Hi, Sam.
First of all, I hope you liked the sample, what we used yesterday.
You guys it's insane how cool this stuff is. Thank you. That's a lot of work, and it's just awesome. It makes us feel kind of crazy inside. So,
You're welcome.
thank you.
My question is, which style would you like to match in private, and which style would you like to work in your life?
Alive or dead?
And in your life, which style would you work or match private?
You know, there's a million of those guys that I always wanted to work with. I mean, there are guys that are alive, obviously. I mean, if I could choose of an actor, somebody I would have loved to have worked with that was still alive, it would have been some, guys like Cary Grant. Oh, I mean, come on. Amazing. Who, in the beginning of, the first season 1, I always thought that Damon was a cross between, like, Mick Jagger and Cary Grant. Two coolest dudes in the 20th century. And then for some reason in season 2, they decided to make Damon like a softie and get rid of all of this kind of fun, quirky shit. But, there are guys out there like, Jack Nicholson. I mean, I want to work with that guy so badly. Those amazing guys. I would love to do a movie that Clint Eastwood directed. That would be pretty incredible.
Thank you very much.
No, thank you, lady.
Hola.
Hola.
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm from Spain.
Hi, Maria.
You said yesterday at your panel that you love Alaric and Damon's relationship on the show. Their dynamic is one of my favorites too, so I wanted to know what is it about each other that made them become friends? Because they were enemies at the beginning.
Yeah, they were.
And then they become like unlikely allies or something like that, and then suddenly, well, not suddenly, but they became friends. So what is it about each other that they find, I don't know, like, what is it they see in each other that...
They're actually secretly in love with each other. No, you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. They are both kindred spirits. Alaric, and it's sort of like chicken or the egg. Damon made Alaric, and Alaric kind of made Damon, because Damon and Alaric share one thing in common, which I think we've all done. They're so in love with these women that they're blinded by it. They're blinded by that love. And the kindred spirit what makes them kindred spirit is that in all actuality, when they both sit down next to each other and they're having a whiskey, they realize, like, how pathetic are we? We are in love with two women that clearly do not want us, and we're still in love with them, even after they're gone out of our lives. And the pity that we feel for ourselves trickles down into our everyday life. It makes us who we are, and that's Damon and Alaric. And I know people like that in life, and it always bums me out because there's just no need for that. People come in and out of our lives at exactly the right times they need to. And obviously breaking up is never hard and easy to do, and it sucks getting your heart broken, but they share this commonality, this like common denominator. And it's really, for lack of better words, it's pretty damn cute. You know what I mean?
It is. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hi. Are you getting arrested?
I think I'm the last one. Just one quick thing. What do you like doing in your spare time?
This is my spare time. I'm not even kidding. This is my spare time. Thank you guys. I'm not saying that I can get a rise out of you. I'm really saying this is, you know, the time I have off, and I get to spend it with you guys and work on the foundation. And thank you guys so much. You know how much I love you guys. It's just so cool to sit here and be here with all of you and talk to you. Just thank you for your kind words and well wishes and thoughts and minds and hugs and tears and most of all, smiles. Thank you guys.